everybody, welcome to Off Air with Jason and Alicia, back together again.
It's been a minute.
It's been a long minute.
Mm-hmm. A lot of things have happened, as you can see from this table.
We have props.
we brought props. We're like Carrot Top.
First of all, in the Barney bag.
Looking in the Barney bag. What do we got today? Gizmos and goodies, so much more, and even
I don't know,
old eggs. I don't remember how the song goes. Anywho, how are you? First of all,
good. Vacation with kids is tough. Mm-hmm. I knew that going in, but it's been a while since we've been to Quebec to visit the in-laws, and I really wanted Rory and Remy to see their cousins and Rory to meet them for the first time. So it was good, minus him crying on the plane for the whole 3 hours. We were that family.
I give so much grace to people that
do
travel.
I do.
No,
like
I don't
the
get
person that's like, don't talk to me on a plane.
First of all, I have my headphones on, so it doesn't matter to me because I can't hear the screaming baby. But like, even if I didn't have my headphones on, traveling with kids is tough. You don't need to give the parents even more grief on top of that, on top of the situation they're dealing with. So
it is tough.
I understand.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
No, you can't stop them from crying.
I mean,
were people giving you dirty looks and like
this
judging?
younger couple in front of me were, yes.
Okay.
And so I felt bad. So I took the baby in the back of the plane by the bathrooms.
Okay.
And was just doing this.
Just rocking him.
And he was like, ah! And I'm like, ah! And then after, I had to wait for my pack and play and car seat and all the things that they stow away for you as a parent. And I was like, whose crying baby was that, as people were exiting, as like my funny joke. But I said it like 7 to 10 times.
God. They probably hated you even more.
Yeah, I kept be like, whose baby was so noisy?
Oh
and
my
then
God,
I'm like,
they're so annoying.
My husband loves my humor. No, it was good. Besides the screaming baby, it was great. Quebec's amazing. I brought back treats.
I see that. Treats that we're going to try right
You want to
here?
try them right now? So this is quick cheese, and it should have been refrigerated. Like, okay, let me start over.
Before you kill me, go ahead. Explain.
Cheese curds in Quebec are amazing. I love our friends over in Scottyland. Also great cheese curds.
Ellsworth.
But you have to get them fresh. And they sell them, like this wasn't in the refrigerated section. When you check out in Quebec from a grocery store, these are just sitting there by the candies. Like they're ready to grab and go.
Just cheese?
Cheese sitting because it's fresh.
Unrefrigerated cheese.
Unrefrigerated.
Just sitting
So it did say it's in French. So I don't know when I was supposed to refrigerate it by. But we ate quick cheese. There's a little mouse on it.
Okay.
If you know, you know. So here you go. I'm going to do this together. We're going to Romeo and Juliet.
This may be
I want you to try a fresh cheese curd.
The last act on television.
Let me give it a smell test. Yeah, that's fine. So it should squeak in your teeth. That's when it's fresh.
Okay. So.
Hold on, we're going to ASMR this. They're still good.
Oh.
How good is that cheese curd?
They are squeaky. You hear that?
Quick cheese with the little mouse on it. So in Wisconsin too, in Minnesota Dairies Association is going to come after me. It's still so good.
This feels wrong. It feels wrong to eat cheese out of a
Fromage.
bag that's not refrigerated, that was on a shelf.
But it feels right too, doesn't it?
It's so squeaky.
Does it taste rotten?
No, not at all.
I know. It's amazing.
Just fresh from the cow.
Right there.
Wow.
So,
Thank you, Alicia.
fromage
We'll see
for
what
you
this-
from Quebec.
We'll see what this does to my stomach later.
Well, if we're both out tomorrow, the viewers know why.
Alicia fed us rotten cheese.
It doesn't taste bad, though.
No, not at all. This is delicious,
I
actually.
think people leave butter on the counter for days. That's dairy, right?
So I
Don't
can
they?
I've never done that. That's the thing you can do?
You don't leave your butter on the counter?
No, I put it in the fridge like a normal
Oh my
person.
gosh. Well, I've been doing it for years, and I'm fine. It's so squeaky, though.
Define fine.
Is this the best cheese curd you've ever had in your life?
It really is. I could probably eat this whole pack, except for me being lactose intolerant.
That.
No. I was so skeptical about the squeak because you've always told me that fresh cheese curds you get the squeak. I was like, how does it squeak? I see it now.
If it doesn't squeak, that's why the Ellsworth cheese curds, when they're in the refrigerator section, like they don't squeak anymore because they've passed their prime.
Okay, so I'm obviously not going to eat this entire bag. How do I store these? Do I just
You can put them in
bring
your
home?
fridge now, but you can also, like, honestly, they're so
I can
good.
leave these on the counter at home. Like just
Don't
put it
come
in a
at me,
Ziploc
cheese
bag.
people. They're probably like, girl's going to get him sick. It does say refrigerate. It's in refrigerator après a press.
Refrigerator après lay 310726. That's America for you.
Meilleur avant 1308-2026. Oh yeah, and everything over in Quebec is like.
I see that, like the backward states.
And, I know.
Yeah, get out of here with that, Canada, please. The cheese curds are good. Yeah, great cheese, wonderful cheese,
and great people.
I can make cheese curds with these, right? Like I can bread these.
Yeah, bread them and deep fry them.
And oh my god, I may do that. One more, and then
one more squeaky squeak. Quick. I don't know if you can get the squeak on it. We'll have to find out.
Yeah, I can hear the squeak in my head, like I hear the voices in my head.
So you brought props today too. We both bought props.
Speaking of hearing voices in my head, Randy Orton, he made an appearance at SummerSlam.
Randy Orton.
You did that this morning. You did that this morning. Who did you do that this morning with?
King Booker.
You're like, King Booker?
I know.
King
and then
Booker.
You got out, like your eyes popped, like and then you were like, you jerk.
I was so hopeful. I was like, King Booker?
I don't.
So, I'm wearing the swag, as you can see, SummerSlam. These shirts were $40 each, and I bought like 3 of them because I'm crazy. SummerSlam was great. The last big time wrestling event I went to was WrestleMania 30 in New Orleans back in 2014. That's when Brock Lesnar beat The Undertaker and broke The Undertaker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania.
Oh, right. That's that. Yeah, okay.
And Daniel Bryan won the WWE Championship that year as well. So I haven't been to a big event in like more than a decade.
What's the event we went to with Cody Rhodes?
Well, that was SmackDown, or was that Raw? No, that was Raw, or was it SmackDown? I don't know. It was one of those events.
I bought a $40 shirt too.
But that was like a smaller arena event. This is like a big stadium. WWE only does these big stadium events a few times every year. It's SummerSlam, it's WrestleMania, it's Survivor Series. So they don't come around. These don't come around all the time. So to be in the presence of so many wrestling fans, thousands, I think the attendance was 30 or 40,000 wrestling fans over the course of a couple of days. Each night you had 40,000 people pack that place. It was loud.
Was that
as
packed as, or were there empty seats, or did Minnesota show up?
There were a few empty seats. I feel like there were issues moving tickets, but the day of the event, every seat was occupied. I was looking around the arena and around the stadium, and like it was packed. There were people packed in there, and people were loud too. It was noisy. It was enthusiastic. It was energetic. People here in Minnesota, because of Minnesota's rich wrestling history, appreciate wrestling. And there were a few participants in SummerSlam that were from Minnesota or had Minnesota ties. Brock Lesnar. Tiffany Stratton. She's from Prior Lake. We had her on the show. Super nice. A former gymnast. She was telling us that her mom saw Charlotte Flair, Ric Flair's daughter, wrestling on television. I was like, you could do that. And Tiffany's like, I can do it. And then she went on and do it. And now she's champion. You know?
That's awesome.
Really cool stuff like that. Chad Gable, he's from Minneapolis, ended up winning the Intercontinental Championship against Penta, which was a big deal because his storyline is that he was on this redemption arc because he had isolated so many people. He went over to Mexico to wrestle and, you know, had all this disrespect surrounding him, and he came back to the States, and he's this changed person, and he won the championship in front of his family, his wife, his mom, his dad, his kids. It was so amazing. He brought them into the ring and was hugging them, and everybody in the crowd was emotional. I got a little bit emotional because it was like, wow, this is... yes, it's a storyline.
Can I ask you? I was going to ask.
Go ahead.
I don't want to be offensive.
Poo-poo it. Go ahead.
I'm not poo-pooing. I have a real, genuine question. So
go ahead.
Like this person finally made this championship and won the belt or whatever. Don't they already know the story? Because they get a script, right? So it's already preemptively decided by the people in charge who's going to be their leader of that time.
Okay, well,
I
guess it's time to break the fourth wall, to break kayfabe, as they say. Yes.
So the outcomes are predetermined.
The outcomes are predetermined, and they go into these matches knowing, okay, I'm going to win, I'm going to lose, here's how I'm going to win, here's how I'm going to lose. So they know that they're going to win the championship, but it doesn't make that moment any less significant.
Right.
Like...
For the audience watching, they didn't know the outcome.
Yeah, the audience
just like
watching
any
didn't know
TV show or series that you love.
Right.
The actors know the outcome.
And to still like be given that moment in the spotlight, if you're one of those wrestlers, is a big deal. There are a lot of people that never get the opportunity to win the championship.
I'm curious if that's something they negotiate in contracts with the higher ups at WWE. Like, I need a championship within the 3 years of this contract because that's the ultimate goal. That you get the the fan base behind you.
I don't think there's any. It doesn't go by negotiations. There's nothing in anybody's contract that says I must win the championship a set amount of times. It's a lot of it is fan reaction. A lot of it is the writers' room and what stories they want to tell and what directions they want to go in with these storylines.
Interesting.
And Chad Gable is a person that has been working at it, and he had the redemption storyline arc. So it makes sense for this storyline to end with him ultimately winning the championship.
In tears.
Yeah, he was in tears.
So
the crowd was in tears. His family was in tears. So yeah,
Good.
it was predetermined, and the outcomes are predetermined. But it doesn't take away from that moment. It doesn't make the moment less significant or less special because he worked really hard for it. So that was a great moment. Brock Lesnar, U of M products, wrestling, and what could have been his final match. We'll see.
Is that why he tore up the ring?
You saw that moment. I'm impressed.
Jason, I was there too.
Secretly, you were there in the crowd?
I just have a shirt on.
It's SummerSlam time.
No, I didn't buy it. No, my feed, I think because of you talking around my phone, I don't know. But my feed was like all SummerSlam.
It was great to see. It was great to see so many people here in Minneapolis and in Minnesota fired up about SummerSlam.
Big celebs were there. Suni Lee
was there, and
Justin Jefferson did some sort of hype announcement.
Yeah, he did like the pre-show video for both nights.
Wow,
and he was on the big screen.
He must be a fan then. Because sometimes you think like, oh, maybe they asked him to come or paid them to come.
Yeah,
but he seems like if you do that, you must be a fan.
I could see him within my sightline. I could see him, and he was into it. He was like banging on the barricades and getting into every move that was being done.
Realistically, though, when you are there as a first timer that went to Cody Rhodes thing, the vibes are you kind of get into it, even though I don't know the storyline whatsoever. Right. But like when everyone's screaming and there's flames and loud noise,
you get caught up in the atmosphere and all of it.
You get caught up in the emotion.
The entrance theme, Cody's theme, where he does the whoa. You got caught up in that too.
And then I remember the Roman Reigns, the one thing.
Yeah, he's the tribal chief. You got to put your ones in the air, everybody. Everybody, do it at home right now. Put your ones in the air. Acknowledge your tribal chief.
And he won.
And he did win against Seth Rollins. Okay, a couple more things. I know we don't have a lot of time. I got this pop figure. They had a whole WWE store.
Of course they did.
At the convention center, the Minneapolis Convention Center.
The convention center?
The convention center turned into like this Minneapolis. Okay. It turns into this whole wrestling thing. So I got this King Booker pop figurine. Really cool. Love King Booker and love that character.
I'm surprised you only spent like $100. You probably could have gone crazy.
I probably could have gone crazy, but I had some restraint. And then this Obafemi, run from the ruler. Obafemi, he's the next big thing in WWE. Listen, remember that name, Obafemi. He's the next big thing in WWE. It was such a great weekend. So great, so excited, so fulfilled.
Wow. And then you saw Spider-Man.
And then
this was like your...
I didn't even get a chance to talk about Spider-Man.
You got 40 seconds.
I mean, that reveal
40 seconds.
Sadie Singh's character, even though we knew who it was, the possibilities that leads into for the future movies.
Ruin it for others that haven't seen it.
I'm just saying.
Was it great?
It was great. The emotional stakes of everything. Spider-Man is so... And I think that's why it resonates so much with people and why people flock to the theaters to see him. He's not Superman, where he has all this unlimited power. He's not Batman, where he's a billionaire. He's just a kid that has problems, and the girl that he loves doesn't love him back, and his friend...
So he's relatable.
It's so relatable, and I think that's why people flock to the theaters to see him. That's why he's my favorite superhero. Because he has flaws. He's fallible. He's just a kid from Queens, and he happens to have to save the world.
And Tom Holland will be Spider-Man again?
Until he's 80.
Really?
They're never going to let that man stop playing. Him and Hugh Jackman are tied into those roles. He's never going to stop being Spider-Man.
He's got a good paycheck then.
Yeah, he's doing fine. Him and Zendaya, the two top movies in the country.
Also Odyssey. Yeah. They're doing fine.
And then Zendaya has Dune later on this year. They're fine.
Gosh, a couple goals. Am I right? Anyway, that's a wrap. We're out of time.
Got to marry rich.
We're out of time.
Okay,
Get your quick and your King Booker and
my cheese curds. Thank you for these, by the way.
You're welcome. We're going to be sick tomorrow. It's fine.
The lactose intolerance.
Thanks,
I can
everybody.
feel it.